Hello, hello, hello. This is David for Elizabeth Craft Designs. It's December 1 and that means it's the start of December to remember. The fun begins. And today is the first prompt of the month, and that is Christmas tree. So without any further ado, let's dive in and let's have a look what I've got in mind. So a while ago I made this beautiful folio journal. That's all nicely decorated, etc. on the outside. The inside we're going to do together during the month, but we're going to make A to C cards that we fit in all the different places here, with all the different prompts on it. That's my idea for this year, and I'm going to start with number 1, Christmas tree. So let's put this one to the side and start with the Christmas tree. So what I have here is a tree stamp from the December Romance stamp and die set, which is CSD 368, and I'm going to stamp this out using my Wow embossing pad, and I've got my A to C base layer here ready to go as well. So let's get started with this bit. It's fun that it's finally starting. We've been working on it for a while now, and it's finally here. December is here. So we're going to have some fun. So make sure that that is right up in the corner. And press that down. And I'm going to use a metallic gold rich ultra high for this, because I want some dimension on that tree. So I will stamp twice. It won't be perfect by all means, as you can see, but we'll get there. So that first layer is melted, so let's put this back in the corner. Put a magnet on and stamp again. Okay, that turned out really nice and fluffy and dimensional. So I'm going to grab the matching die and I'm going to cut this out. There we go. So I've got my A to C card ready. I'm going to have this one on there. Of course I'm going to do something to this background because, well, this is not much now. It's just plain white, which is sometimes that can be nice, but hey, it's me. That doesn't work for me. So let me grab my Christmas tree stencil. I'm just going to create some background like that. I'm going to use a brush and my Wow embossing ink. Make sure that brush is well loaded. And I'm going to put some embossing ink through. And I will probably pick up some green ink, which is fine. But I'm going to cover this with white. I should have cleaned my stencil. But it will work. As long as that sticky ink is on there, we will be fine. So I'm just really pressing that in there. And I'm going to cover this with white embossing powder. There we go. I've got a big tub of the stuff. Any white embossing powder will do. I'm using soft finish card, of course. What else? There, that's that. Now I need to think about what do I want in the background. And I think I'm going for browns, just because I want a bit of that vintage look in the background. So just gonna dab some on my station here. This is brushed corduroy, and you see that these trees will resist the ink, so that's good. Next I'm taking some gathered twigs, which is a bit darker brown. And dip in there. So I'm just building up intensity and layers in that background. Just dabbing some more. Again, it builds layers. It builds layers and dimension. And last but not least, I'm using some walnut stain. Not much, just a little bit. And I'm just gonna dab the outside perimeters in. Love that look. Okay, that's it. Okay, let that cool down, and then it's time to build up the ADC already. So what I've got here is a piece that is left over from my cover, and I just thought that would be fun to add there as another layer. And then we've got this one. It's going to go here. And then I've got these little labels. They come from an older set, the classic ATC set. And I'm going to use that to write my number. This is calligraphy pen. Not that I'm good at that, but I just thought it was fun. So that's going to be number 1. And I'll be writing all my numbers like that. Then I'm going to take my scorched timber, ink around the edges of the ADC, coming in a bit, because I do like that dark effect. And I will just go around my label like that. So let's start with the wreath. This wreath is part of the Book of Christmas. And I have this piece laying there. So I want to maximize how much I'm going to use from that. Yeah, that's pretty. I like that. Now I'm doing this on a small scale, but of course you can turn this into a card if you want to. Just make it all a bit bigger. Or you can use an ATC and use that as a centerpiece on your card, which is also really fun. Now I'm just very lightly coming over the whole thingy just to take off the stark white. Okay, that's on there. Now let's do you. Let's glue you down. Right up there. And the Christmas tree, which of course is the prompt of the day. And he's going to go right there. And I want a small saying, and I'm going to use one of my journal phrases for that. I'm going to say good times, because I always think setting up the tree is having good times. and just ink the sides up a bit, and come in a bit to make that a bit more grungy. You're going to go right there. There you go. First prompt done. Now let me grab my folio, and I'm going to put this one right there when it's completely dry. So that is my first prompt done. First prompt, December to remember. I hope you liked it. I had a blast. This is so much fun to do, these little projects. Working on an ADC for such a big challenge as is. 31 is quite a lot of things to make. So, but hey, you only have to make 15 to be able to win that $100 gift certificate. So if you join in the fun, make sure you make a minimum of 15 prompts, whether that's on ATCs or Art Journal, doesn't matter. So make 15 prompts with the hashtag December to remember 25. If you do that, you can win that one of the two $100 gift certificates. So have a go. It's fun. I hope you join in the fun. I had a blast making this one, and I love to see you soon. Bye.